says Orchot Tzadikim, Shar Busha. He says, our sages say, Amru Chachamim, Kol Oser Davar Avera Mitbayesh Bo Mochalino Kol Avonotav. Rasecha Brachot 12b says, whoever commits a sin and he's ashamed for it, he's forgiven for all his sins. So what does that mean? He says, Shaul HaMelech, right? He got punished for killing the whole city of Nov. He accepted Lashon Hara from Doeg Adomi. They said, you see, city of Nov is helping the enemy, David HaMelech. They gave him food, they housed him. It said that they're going against the kingship. Shaul, you have to put your hand down, you have to put the hammer down, kill them. He said, you're right, okay, let's go kill them. But later he felt bad for it, he felt shame, right? And because of that, Hashem told him, you're going to have Olam Haba. So you see, Hashem forgave him. For killing a whole city of Kohanim, innocent people, you should lose, definitely lose your Olam Haba for that. But Shaul HaMelech got forgiven. Why? Because of the shame. The shame here. They say that the Gehenom we know is a fire, right? The Chazal tell us the fire. Rabbi Zino used to put his hand in the fire to check if he's going to burn Gehenom, because the fire here is 160. Is the fire in Gehenom 60 times more than the fire here. But it's not physical. Obviously, we're not in a body over there. We're in a soul. Some want to say that the only way to describe the feeling of suffering is similar to fire. It's like a burning sensation, and just like a person feels shame. It's like, God forbid, somebody gets pantsed in front of people. You feel this burning shame inside of you, like, I can't believe that happened. So that's more of a similar feeling of what Gehenam is, the shame of the sins that he had, that people are going to see it, and then you're going to be missing out on all those mitzvot. So then that's part of the burning that the person is going to go through. But that's only how some explain it. Okay, and as it says, Boshel Panim Gan Eden, right? Person who has shame, he goes to Gan Eden. The sages say, shame is also connected with faith. Person who wants to keep his faith with people and faith with Hashem, right? Imagine a person, he has a business partner, and his Yitzhar tells him, listen, go embezzle, go steal from some of the money, don't tell anybody, right? He says, but yeah, how am I going to look him in the face afterwards? He's going to tell me where'd the money go. I'm going to lie to his face. He's going to find out it was me. I'm going to lose my face with him, right? As they say by Bukharians, they say, Sovis netu, right? You have no face. How do you have no face? So therefore you see that you want to have faith, good faith with another person, or good faith with Hashem. So how much good faith you have, that's how much shame you'll have. So therefore a person doesn't care about having good faith. He doesn't care to lose a relationship, burn a bridge, so he'll have no shame. A person should accustom himself not to do anything which his friend would be ashamed to object to, right? For example, that's it, right? That's saying intruding your friend's privacy when the latter would be ashamed to ask you to leave, or lodging in your friend's house when the latter is disturbed by it. A person has to be careful. Sometimes some people are afraid to say anything to you, and people can take advantage, right? The person is doing with his chair, and the other guy's like, right? But he's ashamed to say something to you. You can't take advantage of that. Okay, if it bothers him, let him say something. No. The person has to know. Sometimes people are ashamed to say, and you always have to be cognizant of if maybe you're bothering other people. Sometimes I'm even using my phone. I'm reading my own mail. And people will come and looking, okay, who invited you to this conversation? Who invited you to read my mail? Who invited you to read my phone? I'm talking to my wife, or talking to somebody in my family, and they're like sitting there like part of the conversation, okay, what did you do? Like, go step away, like it's not for you, But sometimes you don't say because we're ashamed to say. So therefore a person has to be careful not to impose himself on others. Person has to be very careful not to impose yourself on somebody else by asking for a gift or borrow anything from him or his money. If you know that he can't give it to you, he doesn't want to give it to you, but he's ashamed to say, I can't. He's ashamed to say, I don't want to. So what happens, you make a party, and you go to the guy, no, so where's your convert? Do you give convert? He's like, yeah, sure, yeah. He goes, but he didn't really want to give, he didn't really want to come, and you're like forcing him, sort of, right? Or you ask him, yeah, you could spot me a few dollars? Okay, yeah, I guess, no problem. So all these situations, it's lack of shame. You should be ashamed to put him in a situation like that. If you see he wants, if you see he's open to the idea, he says, listen, if you're ever stuck, you could call me. I'm always here for you. No problem. Okay, so he extended a hand so then you could use it. But just to force yourself and assume, yeah, why not? Of course he would help me. Of course, you can't assume. Being ashamed, having shame means you don't assume that people want to help. They should help. You can't force them to help. It's their mitzvah to choose. They have to overcome their test. About this, the sages say, Al tohav mibnei adam, ela mi shemar'e atzmo she'en yachol la'amod bilti ezratecha. ואף על פי שאתה צריך לעזרתו, יותר ממה שהוא צריך לעזרתך, אם תחטא לו, הוא ימחל לך ויראה עצמו כאילו הוא חוטא. Love only the man who gives the impression that he cannot get along with you, though you need him more than he needs you. And if you offend him, he will forgive you and make it seem as if he was the offender and will ask you things he does not need, so you will not be ashamed to ask of him. Meaning you have to be dealing with people who are very giving and very forgiving and very easygoing. Because if you constantly, tick off a person by imposing yourself on them, it's a tremendous judgment on you. Well, so therefore, a person has to always sit with people who also have shame. Okay? ויש מבייש את חברו ולא בשביל שהוא שונא לו, אלא בשביל לסלק בשתו. What happens is sometimes a person shames his friend to remove his own shame, right? So the guy, what happens? Classic, a bunch of group of friends. So one guy gets made fun of, right? Oh, hey, look at this. You want me to buy you lunch? You hungry already? You're making fun of how big he is. So then what does he do? He says, what are you laughing about? You cross-eyed, whatever, 4 eyes, He goes and he starts insulting the other guy. Why? Because he wants to deflect the shame from him to the other guy, right? So a person has to be careful not to do that, right? And sometimes when you're laughing with friends and you're having a good time, so you, instead of making the jokes about you, you make the jokes about somebody else. They say men make fun of each other and they don't mean it. Ladies compliment each other and they don't mean it. It's a habit that we have. The person has to be careful not to do that, make shame onto somebody else. A person who has shame, meaning who has the respect to others in regards to shame, he takes it. He takes it like a man. You messed up. You woke up late for nets. Yeah, you're right. No problem. 100%. Now take it like a man, right? And so, oh yeah? Well, yesterday I came. You weren't here, right? So right away, he can't hold it. He can't stand that he's getting shamed. So he has to throw the shame on the other guy. It's like I threw mud at you. Now I take more mud and throw it at you. So now we're both dirty, right? Right. So therefore he says that what are you hurting somebody else for your own benefit, and you're falsely removing your own shame, because at the end of the day, what you messed up. You can't fix it. Why? Just because the other guy messed up too, so now what you did is okay? You're pretending, you're tricking yourself to think, I shouldn't have any shame. I shouldn't feel any shame. What are you doing? So therefore he says that a person should know not to do this kind of behavior. One more thing. He says, יש מתביישים נמנע מהעבירות, כגון שהנהגו אנשי עירו בעבירות ידועות. כגון להסתכל בנשים כיוצא בזה משאר העבירות. He says there's some people who feel shame by holding back from sins when his fellow townspeople accustom themselves to commit them. What happens? You have a bunch of people who they come, let's go to this place. He said, no, Shmir Einayim, I can't go there. You're one of those. These fanatics. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Babasali, you can't go and do these things. You're so holy. You're not for us. All of a sudden, right? So what does he do? They're shaming him into doing averot. He's right for having the shame of doing those sins. And they're breaking his shame and saying, no, you should be ashamed that you're not doing those sins. Like, oh, we do. We don't have shame. You also shouldn't have shame, right? And he says that a person has to be careful to not hang out with those people. In that situation, צריך לחזק לסבול הבושה. That's where you have to be azpanim. You have to be bold-faced. Which I mean, yeah, I'm a pretend Baba Saleh, no problem. I'm shote, yeah, no problem. I'm a crazy, I'm a fanatic, yeah, no problem. What happened? The Chazon Ish famously said he was learning a lot of halacha, a lot of Bet Yosef in yeshiva. In yeshiva, they learn Gemara all day. So he was reading a lot of Bet Yosef. He says, this is good, I have to learn this, I have to know halacha. They just make fun of him. They say, what is this? You know better than anybody else. The whole yeshiva was learning Gemara. You know how better. You have to learn halacha. You have to learn Bet Yosef. Or you're like some Shulchan Aruch expert or something. Come on, like, what are you doing? So these make fun of him. He said, you know what? Yeah, no problem. I'm Shoteh, yeah. Let's see where I come out. Let's see where you come out. He says, they know my name today. They don't know their name. They don't know where they are today. So you see that you have to be strong. You can't give in to just so that let them talk. So it's better they should call you Shoteh 1 minute here, all your life here, than to be Shoteh 1 minute over there. You got to refrain from doing the sins, even if they shame you for doing so. How much more so today? Look at the culture today in America. The cancel culture. Right? If you don't follow what we say, we're going to shame you to death. We're going to get rid of you. We're going to maybe even kill you, Haz Shalom, right? Kill you figuratively, kill you spiritually, kill you physically, whatever it is. Cancel you, shame you, blast you all over the place. In order for us, you have to conform to us. And the person has to know that Torah tells us, no, you have to be Askanamer, bold like a leopard. The leopard sees the elephant. The leopard still is going to fight, no matter what. Why? Because that's what he stands for. Baruch Na'olam.